the idea of microdosing mushrooms. Like, how in the hell did you get into that as a vibe? And
Hmm.
what are the benefits you've got from
Yeah, I mean, okay, there's a little bit of a long story leading up
it?
to it, I guess, if that's
That's
okay
fine.
to go on a bit of a
Absolutely.
tangent. Yeah.
I'd love as much context as possible is best.
Okay, amazing. Well, my entire life I was kind of just drawn towards something, and I didn't know what it was, but I could feel it. And I found there was so many holes in the way that I understood the world and the world was being described to me. And I could feel like there was this rationality behind it all, but there wasn't this heart to it.
Mm.
And just being very atheistic in my upbringing as well. And once I started to like get into my late teens, I became, there's like teenage angst,
Mm.
that people talk about. It was more like existential dread to some
Wow.
degree, where it was
Really?
like every possibility that I could see in front of me as a path to walk, I just knew wasn't the way. Um,
Wow.
and so from my atheistic point of view, I was like, okay, maybe quantum mechanics will have some of the answers that I'm looking for. So I actually went to university and like I have a degree in quantum mechanics because
Wow.
I thought maybe academia had
Mm.
some form of answer for me,
Mm.
and really at the end of the day, all I was looking for was the answer to like, why am I here? And it seems crazy that to even ask that in some households is just like, there is no point.
No.
But I really felt it in my soul. And then when I was about 18 years old, I did LSD for the first time. And I was like, okay, this is the thing. Like it's
Wow.
connected me with the thing that I've been craving my entire life. And I didn't have like the frameworks or the teachers or anything around me to really point me in the right direction. But it was the first like nugget of truth, that first breadcrumb that really like aligned a lot on my path. And then from there, not long after I heard about ayahuasca, I was listening to a Graham Hancock TED talk about ayahuasca, and this is probably like 2015, I think. And at that time, like psychedelics were still kind of not the mainstream vibe, like it was starting to slowly bubble up. But as soon as I heard about ayahuasca, it was just like everything in my body clicked, and it was like that is the way. And the thing that really did it was his explanation that, oh, like through digging into it, it was like, how did they find ayahuasca? This combination of this vine and this plant in the Amazon, which has like insane biodiversity, that this combination in this way of making it creates this super profound experience. And the answer that all the indigenous give is just the plants told us. And I'm like, there has to be something going on here that I'm missing.
Mm.
Um, so as soon as I finished university, I flew out to South America and I went and lived out in the jungle for 3 months, working with jaguars. And I was like walking them on leashes in a rehabilitation sanctuary.
Wow.
And then I ended up going and living with the indigenous and drinking medicine, and just everything just aligned from that point on in my life forward.
Wow.
And there was lots of like medicine and ceremony in this path being walked, and the microdosing actually came like not at the end but further down, where it was like the way that I learned how to be in ceremony and the way I learned how to interact with like the plants and nature and the spiritual side of things really taught me like how to be with the mushrooms, because there is no teacher, like at least there wasn't for me. Like there's Mexican lineages that carry that medicine of like the psilocybin mushroom, and that wisdom is passed down over generations. And just as an example, like the lineage that I work with, ayahuasca, they're an unbroken lineage, a family bloodline that goes back to the Incas. So
Wow.
like when you think about how to fine tune and like become masterful of like how to do healing with this, they've done like every trial and error experiment you could ever think of. So when they get down to like now from that bloodline, there's so much intelligence there. Um, And then I tried to basically bring that into the world of microdosing.